Hey guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. Price analysis on Verasity today. I put a tweet out earlier on asking which projects you'd like me to cover this week. We've covered VeChain this morning, so if you're looking to invest or even if you're an investor in VeChain, check that video out. But next one, we'll take a look at Verasity, which has had a significant pullback from highs, but I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Most projects which have been around over 6 months have dumped into this, and look at that, a 93% pullback from the all-time highs down to the current low position down here. If we have a bit of a zoom in and we'll just put a horizontal ray onto where we've been, we've actually dumped all the way down to 0.0051. So you're talking 0.5% we've dumped down to there. Now that level is not really anything that confluent other than it's 0.5%. There's no areas of support down here. I mean, if you look at this here, we had a wick that slapped off it. I mean, and we've got a wick there, but for any type of resistance, really, you need to have multiple types. You're talking 3 or more to confirm it a decent area. You can see that we've got a decent area around here, to be honest. I mean, you've got the peaks of this and the lows of that move there. I don't think it's confluent with anything else either, but it's an area of liquidity around there. So, I mean, if we're looking for some buys, that could be an area, if the market did continue to shake out, an area to potentially look at investing down at those levels. I'm not going to say it's going to happen because we've had quite a decent wick down and a decent recovery, which you could class as a capitalization wick. Whenever you do see the price drop significantly and then bounce back up to a decent rate, I mean, how much have we bounced from the bottom there to that highest point? Actually, that was the highest point where we bounced. We did 100% bounce, so I think a lot of orders would have been full down at that 0.5% region. But just be wary. I think if the price of Bitcoin tumbled, I mean, what we're currently at, 29,700 the price of Bitcoin. It's debatable what happens in it. I mean, we could be in a full-blown bear. Also, if you look at this on the hourly time frame, we could start pushing up. We've had 7 weekly red candles on Bitcoin, which has never happened before. We had this inverse head and shoulders where we've had a breakout, a retest of that breakout, and we're just malingering around 29,500 and $30,000. No man's land at the minute, waiting for something to happen, and I think something will happen soon. We've had a nice little breakout there, which is unusual for Bitcoin, playing out to some TA patterns, which it has been a strange market. I'm expecting a push though soon, and I think this is an area we need to target to regain some momentum. We've had those 7 weekly red candles, and what we're looking for now is a little bit of relief. That relief will come at some stage. Again, depends what the DXY is doing, and it also depends what the S&P 500 is doing, the ES. I think if that continues to drop, probably going to drag crypto down, which would probably not be a great sign. But looking at the current price action, like I say, we've had a nice capitalization wick down there, so in reality, it could be a decent area for to bounce. But like I say, if the market did drop off, you're going to look at buys down there at 0.0026. I don't want to sound too bearish because I'm mostly bullish, but just be wary. That is an area of liquidity which a price could potentially wick down if we did get another shakeout. We're currently at this level here. If you mark that up as well, look at this area around here where we was resistance and support, and then it was a major support level here. That's the area we're currently at now. So really, I mean, you could put it down to those wicks. You see that double bottom, pushed to the upside, and then we've had a bit of reaction there. It's an area we've got back above, and hopefully we can stay back above that region soon, because I think if you're looking for any type of take profit regions, we need to drop to the weekly and have a look at some levels above. Plenty of wicks within around this region here. If you look at that, we've had multiple taps of that wick, so we've had 3 taps, 1, 2, 3, I think there's 4 wicks there. So I mean, major profit areas for you to consider is there up at around 1 cent. So if you manage to buy down at 0.5 penny and selling it at a penny up there, I think that'll be a decent rate. But all in all, on terms of all assets which have suffered significant losses, for me, I think it's now the time to start buying. We can obviously drop lower. The price of Bitcoin will drag us down if it does drop. But for me, I think starting to DCA now is great, because you're looking at projects which are solid fundamentally, which have dropped 90 to 96% just on the state of the market. So for me, it is now time to go shopping season, and I will be looking to buy. So I mentioned a level down here, but the potential that might not happen. So what I would do personally is start laddering in. I would ladder in from this level of support here at 0.00749 all the way down to that 0.005. So you're talking within that region, maybe 2 to 3 orders, see if you can catch something. If you only catch one of those orders, then it is what it is. If you manage to catch all 3 of the market dumps, then happy days. And don't go throwing everything in it, just save a bit just in case we did come down to this level. And then we've got that major profit region here at around 1 cent. Once we break 1 cent, what we'll do is jump into some more price analysis, and we'll have a look at some levels above and some levels below where we could use to our advantage. Looking at the RSI, it is oversold, so you would expect that we do bounce from here. I'm not sure on my daily time frame we've been oversold before. We've been down close, but this green box for me signifies a great buying zone, and as you can see, we've dropped into it twice. We had a little reaction then, popped to the upside. We've had a little reaction so far. I want to see a more sustained reaction for any type of bullish price action. I think if we do manage to push back above this 1 cent region, we then can look at towards the bottom of this region here. As you can see, all these support wicks down here is probably a region, and that's at 1.8 cent, but I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because that's still a way off. I mean, if you look at that in terms of a price rise from there, you're talking 130% moving. I just don't think we've got that liquidity or the sentiment within the market yet. A lot of people are fearful, a lot of people have been wrecked, and a lot of people have just left. I think they thought, fuck this, price action is not favourable, it's a scam, I'm going. But in reality, if you stick around and have some patience, you'll do well, in my opinion. I've been here for 5 years now, witnessed some horrific dumps. I think this last 7 weeks has actually been worse for the entire bear market of 2018. But projects is still working. Invest as you want, and invest accordingly. Don't go throwing the kitchen sink at it yet. So that's that pair covered. I just want to take a look at the BTC pair, and we've got about a minute left, and I will just take you through my thoughts on this. Personally, I still see a big move on Bitcoin at some stage. Whether that's from 30k to 35k, or whether it's from all the way up to 40, I don't know, but I'm expecting Bitcoin to regain some market dominance. It's still down at around 44%. When that does, I think it will pull back the altcoins in the Satoshi pairs. I mean, I don't know if it'll pull back any further, because look at this region here. That's where we sat. We've had a bit of a deviation here and we've bounced back up, but that looks like a solid area to be buying, to be honest, and we're currently below, well, we're actually on it, aren't we? If we did lose this level, you're going to start looking down towards the tops of all this move down here in Satoshi. So that's all the way down at 1,251. We're currently at 2,800. But just beware, if Bitcoin does go on that rally and pulls back market dominance, you're going to see the price come down to that region. So maybe ladder in if you're using Satoshis to buy from 2,700 all the way down to 1,200 Satoshis. And then above that, you're looking to take profit around this region here. Multiple taps on that region. It was an area of resistance here and an area of support back here. So if you're looking to buy now, whether that's down at 1,200 sats or 2,700 sats, I think profit taking should be taken at around 4,500 Satoshis. But that's it. That's some quick thoughts on Verasity. More to come this week. If you want me to cover any specific projects, drop them in the comments below, or even just throw a comment on there. I will get back to you. I'm active on Twitter, I'm active on YouTube, so I will be there to respond. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.